Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Crypto Lab with Alex, featured by Trading Analysis. We're going to start just a bit earlier today, and it will be a short update. I have some things to do, so I just decided to nevertheless do the update, but it's going to be shorter than usual. We are going to go over the macro charts in light of the latest developments. As you know, most likely we are living already in the new world, in the new relations with the new economies. Everything might be different from now on. So in light of that, we will go through some key markets in regards of the macro overview, Bitcoin, Ethereum, total crypto market cap, and we will have just a small window for a couple of questions. So let's not lose time. Let's go and let's review what's going on in the key markets. So 10-year yields, as you know, we have been looking these charts for a long time for a potential reversal. As we hear from the Fed yesterday on a Jerome Powell congressional testimony, they're going to raise rates, but they are not going to be so hawkish in the current developments. There has been a different questions in regards of how they can tame inflation, but that we will go in another stream. So technically, we have stopped as the rates was moving up around the resistance levels we were expected. We still don't have a confirmation of this reversal. We need to see a 5 waves down. But anyhow, due to current events and due to current stance of the Federal Reserves, I do think that these yields will not continue higher. Maybe one more small push to the 2% again, and then reversal down towards 1% in the next couple of months. So for now, the wave count is still working. This is A down in B, up in C. Equality is around 2%, which we reached and reversed from. And we have a nice divergence on the weekly chart from the wave 3 and 5 on the RSI, which usually works. So I will keep this chart, and of course we're gonna look at it next week. But definitely, if you see 5 waves down on a smaller time frame, that actually will signal that the yields are going to continue lower. We're going to see some corrections, pushbacks, but the uptrend will be reversed, at least temporarily. So if we look the 10-year bond, now you can see that in the current developments, this chart has a much more meaning. Situation in Europe economically will not be so bright. Depends of how long the relation with Russia and the price of gas, oil, and energy is established again. We might be in a 5-year, 10-year period of another Cold War. So the economy will suffer, especially in Germany, because it's the most developed one. We can, until they switch to another resources in regards of green energy or additional markets, it will take time. So this consolidation now have even more sense that in the future, actually the rates will go lower, and we will go again, no matter how inflation is big, into deflationary environment in a sense of monetary one, not the price one, which means that the bonds will go up and the rates will go down. So this definitely now depicts a clear picture of a potential development. This was a complex wave A, most likely in a triangle. So we will stay with a WXY or a triangle, but for now, when we saw this push, and even if this push extends on the higher, because people are buying bonds, German bonds for safety, we will see some consolidation most likely, and then after a couple of months, we will see actually rates go even lower, because the central bank in Europe cannot now pursue inflationary environment. They have to be very accommodative, because the European economies, due to current events, will be pretty much in no good situation in the next couple of years. So now this chart has even more sense for the next couple of years in advance. So let's go what's going on the US dollar. Our ending diagonal in this wave 5 is still working well. We have seen from the last week a push on the upside. That's kind of a normal. It might ease off a little bit because I expect Jerome Powell on the next meeting to be less hawkish as he was yesterday. And in that respect, we might go a little bit more sideways, one more push and potentially reversal. We have to take into account that if we pass this 100 mark, we will have to switch and find another solution for dollar because we have some additional wave counts, which I will show you next time. But for now, this wave count is working so good, I don't want to change it. I do also expect dollar to be weaker and euro to be weaker, not dollar maybe in relation of dollar euro, it will be a different metrics, but I do expect commodity currencies to thrive. Not yet, maybe in a couple of weeks, but 2022, 2023 will definitely be year of commodities. And I see commodity currencies definitely to get stronger pretty much in relation to dollar and in relation to euro. So I will stick with this wave count. I will observe this ending diagonal until it's finished. And then I will expect also reversal in dollar on the downside, some around middle Q2. Okay, so let's switch to cryptos. Total crypto market cap, as you know, for us in trading analysis, crypto winter started in March 2021. Everybody was so bullish. Sentiment was very blinding, and you know what happened. Also, last November, everybody was so bullish. We know what happened. Now, we are still in a consolidation, which most likely depicts sustainable triangle. There is a couple of more options, but I don't want to bother you with that because we are holding this key 23.6, which is one of the levels that is rarely crossed by the size of triangles. This wave count still works very nicely, so until we break these key levels here, we're going to keep this wave count alive. Maybe some push up in wave D, small consolidation in wave E here, and then off we go for a fifth wave on the upside in a total crypto market cap. We do consider this to be corrective as this here, and we do think that either from a triangle or a little bit lower, definitely on the higher time frames, total crypto market cap will go higher in the next year or two, from where we can see a pretty sizable drop. But we will take one wave at a time and talk about that when this is completed. So let's switch to Bitcoin chart. No, let's look gold and silver. I'm not very, I will say pleased, or I will not stay still so bullish on gold. I'm really surprised gold is not already above 2000, and that is bothering me very much. Gold has been a traditional hedge instrument, especially for geopolitical risks, and we have seen only this from gold, 120 bucks on the upside. I don't buy that. I want to see a clear five-wave move and a pullback, and I don't see that yet. And I'm not going to be bullish on gold if you believe me or not, until I see these five waves. So I think I have been 20 years in the markets. Gold in this situation, with all what's going on and a possible nuclear threat and all of that stuff, no matter if anybody believes that this will happen or not, gold should be trading around 2,100 and even above. And as you can see, it's not. So I'm not buying this structure yet. I want to see five waves up, which we still don't see. And a couple of other solutions also can depict this as an X wave. So I don't want to hurry calling gold bullish. I still want to wait a five-wave move, as I said before, when we were looking this triangle, and we still don't see that. So I need a wave 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5, and then I can put some small trade with the stops here for an heading after a break of this previous highs. But for now, I'm still looking. Same situation on silver. Silver is really looking, for me, still really kind of a pathetic what we have seen in the world. The move up, it didn't even break the upper channel resistance, as you can see. So I want to see also 5-wave move up and a small pullback in silver. We don't see that. All what we have seen from silver in this type of situation is just a $3 move, which is not sufficient for me to buy into a possibility that silver is starting the bull trend. So I'm not still believe into this bull trend, because actually market didn't prove to me that this is a viable and sustainable reversal. I want to see 5 waves up and a pullback, and then I can believe it. But for now, I don't. Okay, so this easily can collapse if situation in Ukraine finishes with some peace talks or some pause. Everybody will go out of these shorts and basically go to the level that we originally think it's going to go. So I'm really surprised how small we have seen moves up in silver and gold, really. So in that respect, of course, I'm still not a buyer until it's proven differently. Let's go and let's see Bitcoin and Ether. Situation is pretty much the same. We have seen what happened with the ruble and Bitcoin in the light of latest sanctions. Probably some portion of Russians are buying Bitcoin, and that has produced some of the move on the upside. Triangle is still working. If we're going to continue up from here, we still need to cross the latest highs, so be careful there. This is just a 3 waves up. The next hurdle will be a daily 200 moving average, which is actually here around 49.50K, so be aware of that. I still don't have a reason to change the triangle wave count. We didn't break 28,800. Still, you can say this is some type of an ending diagonal finishing around 25 or 20K, but for now we don't see that. So we don't have a reason actually to change our wave count here. We need to stick with it. I don't like to change it so bluntly because we have some other options. Still, we look the same structure, wave 1 and 2, up in 3, down in 4. As you can see, this is now more and more looking as a sideways consolidation, which usually is depicted as a triangle. I'm not saying potentially in some stock market move down, we cannot break this level, but for now, I don't want to change this wave count because it's still working, and not just it is working, it's trading well above the possibility that we need to switch to a count which is depicting 20 to 25K. Okay, so I'm going to keep triangle. Maybe we will get to some troubles. We will see that. But for now, the triangle is still working. So potentially we'll still in a wave D and E, and off we go on the upside in this fifth wave. Time ratio 1618, which is a golden ratio, corresponded to time spent in a wave 2, comes around 21st of April, okay, or 22nd of April. So we should, some around these ratios, time ratios are not so precise, but if we start to further consolidate in a triangle pattern, I think this date should be observed, because that will match with the possible end of the fourth wave and the move and the further move on the upside. So we will see. There is still time. Let's go and visit Ether. So Ether is in the similar situation. We have seen probably a most likely a very well correlation between the Ether and Bitcoin, which was actually functioning already very well. Still a triangle, D wave, E wave, and off we go. There is a chance, of course, this actually collapses down, but that will be a different story. I don't want to change it, as I said again, because the main triangle wave counting validation at 1720 or 1720 is still holding. So there is no, I mean, again, a hurdle on the upside with 200 moving average maybe corresponds to this 4051. We will see that. But as you can see, still a sideways consolidation. We don't have a decisive move on the upside. We don't have a decisive move on the downside. So the best solution for now is triangle, and we're gonna keep actually following the triangle until we see some break before, and if we see some break before this E wave, then we can eventually change this wave count into something else. Some other cryptos are also holding very well. I've shown my members a couple of altcoins which potentially reached or very close to reach their respective lows on our Wednesday or our Thursday members webinar. Yeah, I'm still juggling. I'm not deciding still the sides, but we have some signs, and we are tracking that at Trading Analysis. So let me look some of your requests, and let's look a couple of cryptos, and then let's close it up. It will be a fast update. I can show you a couple of more, but you know already the story. If we look the Matic and a couple of others which I track in this same potential triangle consolidation, Binance Coin is also moving. Just let me switch to some other to Binance feed, which I have. Smaller time frame for a Bitcoin, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. We still didn't make a full 5 waves up here, so we can turn bullish. So if we start to collapse down there in a 5 waves, be careful, because we can test 30-29K very quickly if we see a reversal here before we invalidate this point here, and we need to see a clear 5 waves up, which we still don't. So be careful yet on a Bitcoin. So let me look for you Matic. So still consolidation. I have a couple of wave counts, WXY, potentially still not over. Maybe also a triangle. I'm still juggling, but anyhow, even if the Bitcoin stays in triangle, this will be potentially a triangle in Matic in a wave 4 here, and off we go on the upside. So it's still sideways consolidation. One of the interesting chart I see on Kusama. Kusama has been tracing out a very nice pullback. So let me just show you this after a nice 5 waves up. We have seen some type of leading diagonal in A, up in B, down in C. So just if you look chart without this channeling, this looks like a pretty very close or finished pullback. I'm looking there for a 5 waves up, and it looks a little like a correction is ended. So still there is no signs to confirm that, just the small ones, but just a word of noticing, I think, on Kusama. We already look Polkadot very much in our members' webinars. Matic, I already show you that. Binance Coin, let's look Binance Coin, which is also in some type of a consolidation. I will still go with triangle here. As you can see on Binance Coin, so A, B, C, D, and E, same situation, wave D, wave E, and off we go on the upside. So some of these main blue chip cryptos more or less have the same wave structure. Okay, so Theta, I also liked, and I showed Theta very much, because when you look some of the time frames, higher time frames in Theta, you will see definitely that there is some signs that we might be very close to some type of a lows, and I'm going to show you that. So we are still tracking these sideways signs in the altcoins, but I can tell you we are watching pretty closely what is going on. So if you can see, this is not the chart I have already. Just let me show you that quickly. Okay, so I need to find Theta calculated by, yeah, so if you see, I do count this as a 5 wave move on the upside, this being a wave 4, so maybe a little bit more downside towards these levels, but this is pretty corrective for now. And the support ratios are in the previous wave 4 lesser degree lines, which tells us a lot. Also, there is a 200 weekly moving average around this price. I will not exclude one more push to the downside, that will be it. So we are potentially very close in the next couple of weeks, months or two, in some of the resolution on many of these very known cryptos. So be careful. I think that we are very close, but I will allow a couple of more weeks, and definitely I will signal to you when I think that potential reversal has some grounds in it. Okay, guys, let's switch and let's look for some questions. Schnitzel, Desiatso, Tusam, copper breakout of a triangle. I don't know yet, maybe. I don't have nothing more on Serum. I already shared that last time. I'm expecting a pullback. So Serum didn't actually portray anything special on the upside. I do think this is a leading diagonal. I see some people depict this as a potential flat, maybe. I don't see it like that. I do look for a 5 waves down, and gradually I will look for a potential from here or a little bit lower, some type of a pullback first. If this develops in a 5 waves up, I will look at it as impulsive. Otherwise, I will look this as down in A, up in B, and then down in C. But definitely, in a couple of weeks, I do expect some type of a signs that this wave structure on the downside will actually find its lows and at least do a nice retracement on the upside or a new trend. So I do see potentially that this 1, 2, down in 3, 4, and 5, a little bit lower. Maybe this will be a viable support around 1, 2, 1, 5. Or 1, 3, a little bit lower, and then we are good to go for a potential reversal or just an ABC, which should go back to 4 or 6 on Serum. LRC, I don't know that one. Let's look that one. I don't think I have any chart on this one. Loopring, maybe we did look that before. I don't know, this chart doesn't look so good. Let me see here. Do we have something? No, we don't. Let me just look a higher time frame. Yeah, it looks like only 3-wave move. So we can count 5 waves up. Here, maybe this is a secondary pullback. Or this is some type of a flat, but anyhow, even if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I will look for a little bit more lower. So even without the wave counts, some type of a pullbacks are possible from this 0.366 or from this 1.72. It's a big difference. So I will go for a 1, 2, down in 3, a small consolidation 4, and potentially wave 5. So I will go for 0.35. As a really crucial support and a possible reversal. HEM. Okay, let's look HEM. Well, you can argue that this is some type of a 3-wave pullback. So for now, it is still not very well developed. But even if this is a 3-wave pullback, it is very hard to draw channels here on this trading view, and this makes me really so. Anyhow, this line we need to cross it above, and we need to go above 0.23 to actually believe that the bullish trend is developing. Until there, we might even go a little bit lower. I will give you a support level. So here, the very visible support levels are at 0.072, and the next one is at 0.04, okay, for now. So if you count this as a 5 waves, and you count this as some type of a complex pullback, and then you have a 5 waves up in some type of a 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5, you need to see 3 waves down, which we still don't see they're completed. So I will not exclude we stay here a little bit more and actually go a touch of lower. So look for a 0.074 as a potential support levels. So let me look a couple more, and then we will have to finish this one. Gala. Yeah, we have a wave count on Gala. Gala didn't display such a perfect reversal. Okay. Yeah, so Gala is still holding. As you know, I've been emphasizing these levels, and we are still holding. There is a 3 waves down. If we develop 3 waves up, there is a chance we are in a consolidation, but 0.2568 needs to be intact. Okay, if you count this as a 1, if you leave this up and count this as a 1, 2, situation for Gala becomes a little bit more troublesome, because in that case we will need to test 0.08. Let me enlarge this. So be careful also. Any break of these levels, which I'm looking here, will actually provoke a little bit lower levels for a potential wave 2 down at 0.07. Okay, so be careful. I would not like to see a break of these levels, because I think then this will be 1, 2, and then in the next round Gala will definitely skyrocket on the upside. So be careful of this. If you see a break, you might see even a further move lower down to 0.07. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's look AVAX, and then we will have to finish because I need to go. So AVAX still in consolidation. I have been very optimistic regarding AVAX. So for now, ABC, XABC, or some type of a triangulation. I have support levels at 50 and also at 63. For now, as you can see, we are pretty much contained in the consolidation. I didn't see the RSI on this weekly go to the lower level, so that is always a possibility. If you count this as a 1, 2 and completed wave 1, and this is some type of a wave 2 still unfinished, you can be actually sure that some of this lower support might be reached. All depend, of course, what the crypto market will do. So let's stick with these two support levels. Any break on the upside in the impulsive manner will definitely mean that the intermediary bullish wave on Gala has started, or sorry, on Avalanche has started on the upside. Okay, so you need to observe if you want to enter some type of a bullish movement. You need to observe a 5-wave development on a smaller time frames, which is a partial confirmation, and it's going to raise probability actually that the white wave 3 is actually unfolding. Okay. Thank you, guys. I will look natural gas on the Wednesday stream next week. I do have a wave count on that. I think prices will go higher in the future. So yeah, I agree, Ronald. We will see what will happen on that front. I am sorry for a small, for a shorter update, but we'll have to close it now. Tradinganalysis.com crypto service is very extensive. We do members webinars and requests for charts for clients and lots of other features that we have in trading analysis. So if you are interested to check us out, you go to our website and check the crypto service. So thank you again, guys, and also you can follow my Twitter feed, because I do publish a lot of stuff there as well. So hit the like button, subscribe, and see you next week, guys. Bye bye.